Hi crocheters of the world! In this tutorial we will work on this matching set, the hat and the, actually it's a tubular scarf, circular scarf that I made with the puff stitch braided in spiral braided. I don't know for sure the title that I put on that video, that technique, but you have it on the screen, actually on the right side up. You have the eye from informations, and there you have the link of that tutorial, and that is a tutorial that actually I taught you the technique. So in this tutorial, actually in the tutorial of the hat, I will just continue on from where I left that tutorial. So I will just show you how to work the hat, but not how to increase. So not the crown part of the hat, because that part I already explained it very clearly, I hope, in the tutorial of the technique. Okay, so there will be the hat, how to work it, of course, and then there will be the scarf. And actually I did two separate tutorials, but they are so short that I thought I can put them in one tutorial, so the hat and the scarf. So here it is. I led you to the tutorial. You'll see, you will have lots of fun working this stitch. It's a little bit yarn eating because it's the puff stitch, so it's obvious, but you'll see it's really nice. For this matching set you will need about less actually than 200 grams of yarn of group A yarn, which means sport yarn or fingering yarn or sock yarn or baby yarn. So yarn to be worked with 2.5 to 3.5 millimeters hook. So let us begin. So let's see what we have here now. In the tutorial, so I won't explain you the first part, the increasing part, because I already have the tutorial of it. I put the link below this tutorial and actually incorporate it into this tutorial, so you will see it, no problem. You have just to go ahead and watch that tutorial to understand this first part. I want to tell you now that I'm working with, it's Alize yarn. I don't know if you know it. It's a very nice yarn. It's acrylic with mohair with a little bit of wool. It's nice, and they are colorful, very nice colors actually. And I'm working it with a 3.5 millimeters hook. Now I highly recommend you for this work a thin yarn, because we are working with the puff stitch. So when we work with the puff stitch, it's the puff stitch that it's nice and puff. So if you work with a thicker yarn, we will the texture will be rigid, and we don't want it. Okay, so we actually don't need this for our beret. Now I worked the crown of the hat, so the increasing part, and I already began with the next part, the headband, let's say, of the beret. And now how to measure? So you will measure like this, exactly as I did here. So it's about 19 centimeters mine, and this will be multiplicate. So multiply with 3.14, okay, and you will have the circumference of what you have here, so of the crown. Now to obtain a nice beret, you need the circumference of the crown part
so the increases must be 4 to 5 centimeter more than the circumference of your head. Okay, so this is the formula. Okay, and then when you obtain this, you just continue on working the stitches as they are. So we stop increasing. Actually, what am I doing here? So we just work the stitches as they are. So into the chain 2 space, we work the double crochet, chain 2, and we go back into the chain 2 space where we worked the previous double crochet, and we work the puff, and so on. We continue on like this for some rounds to obtain the headband of our barrette. So it's exactly the same thing as we work a beanie, let's say, only that here the crown of the hat must be a little bit larger, of course, than the circumference of the head. I'm working on my headband, and I will be back to show you what next. So I went on for 8 more rounds, and as I said before, I worked 7 rounds, increasing rounds, and into the last I had 42 puff stitches, and then I went on working my 42 puff stitches for 8 more rounds, and this is what I have. It's so fluffy, so nice. And now what we have to do more, what we have to do to finish the hat is to work a border, of course. For the border, very easy. We just want to work, so we will turn one more time, chain, and work here into the chains 1 single crochet, 1 double crochet. And we will just go on and work like this: 1 single crochet, 1 double crochet, continue on, 1 single crochet, 1 double crochet into each of your chain 2. Okay, you will work this nice single crochet, double crochet, single crochet, double crochet. I finished the round, slip stitched into the first stitch, and now I want to chain and to turn, and now I will work for about 8 to 10 rounds around the double crochet. I will work a front post double crochet, and into the single crochet a single crochet, and I won't turn anymore at the end, so slip stitch and begin a new round with a chain 1 and front post double crochet around the front post double crochet of the previous round, and that's it. This is all. You can make the border as long as you want. So hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe for more other tutorials on crochet and knitting. See you at the next tutorial. Bye bye.
Hi crocheters of the world. In this tutorial we just continue on with the tubular scarf of the matching set with the hat that we did into the first tutorial, with the technique of the braided puff stitch in spiral. Now you have the link of the hat into the corner up on the screen. Actually it's a eye where you have the link of the technique, so the stitch that we work with, and of the hat. So if you want to work all the matching sets, the hat and the scarf, you have all. And on the end cards you also have the links of these 2 tutorials and below this tutorial you have the links, these two links, so you won't have problems in finding them. Okay, now I use for all the matching set, I use about 200 gram, so less actually than 200 gram of a yarn of group of yarn, so sock yarn or sport yarn, baby yarn, fingering yarn. Okay, now what else? I will show you. So now actually I will show you how to work the tie knot. It's a knot that I came up with trying to put it on my neck as better as I could, and actually I did this. I don't know if it's a tie knot, it's not a tie knot, but it's really wonderful. I like it, and I want to show you. Of course you can put it on your on your neck as you wish, but I want to show you this way too. So let's use a tutorial, of course. Happy crocheting! So let me show you how to make this beautiful knot. So this is it. Isn't it just perfect? Because what is nice is that we have a part that is, as you can see, we can make it, put it as we want. Okay, so this is the most beautiful part of this kind of knot. Okay, now how to make it? It's really easy. We have this tubular scarf, so it's close. It's like this. And now we just want to make a knot in the middle. So we take this part, and normally when you make a knot you just want to make something like this. Okay, but now we want to pass it in the middle. So we take this, we keep it here, and we pass this in the middle, and like this. Okay, and that's it. We have the knot. Let me just show you. Here it is. Okay, we will just want to put it nice. Yes. And we have it. And this is our neck warmer or tubular scarf with a tie knot. Okay. So let's see how to work the tubular scarf. And to work this, we will begin with a larger hook. That the hook we will work all the project. So I will begin with a 4.5 millimeters hook, and then I will work all the project with 4 millimeters hook. Now what I want to say is that you will need, as for the hat, a yarn of the group, a group of yarns. So sock yarn or fingering yarn or sport, baby, and so on. Okay, now I'm working here with larger yarn and hook because I want you to understand, that's all. So we will begin like this. Work a chain of 3, yarn over into the first chain from the hook, work a double crochet. Now work chain 2, yarn over in between the chain 3 and double crochet, in between them work a double crochet. Chain 2, yarn over in between the chain 2 and double crochet, previous of course, work a double crochet. Now we will continue on like this for the length that we want. At least 2 times must go around the head. Okay, now if you want it nice and rich, you can put it 3 times. I worked 104 this kind of arches. Okay, 104. Now you will need a even number of these chain 2 arches, let's say. So I will show you one more time. Chain 2, yarn over, insert hook in between the double crochet and chain 2 of the previous actually, and or the double crochet, and so on. Now this is what we will work with the larger hook. So I have 12 here. I put
just for the swatch, so just to show you how to work it. And now I just want to close it in a ring and join in a ring with the slip stitch. And to do this, I want to be sure, of course you will have much more, because as I said, for mine I put 104, so you will have much more. So that's why I'm saying you will pass with the finger like this, so you will be sure that it's all with right side facing you, which means here we have the chain 2 and up we have the double crochet. Okay, and now we have to join like this. So while joining, the double crochet will be under and the chain 2 will be up. Okay, so it's like this. So insert hook in between the chain 2 and the double crochet first worked, and slip stitch to join. Okay, this is what we have now. We have the chain 2 space over, and to begin we want to chain 1 and work into the same chain 2 space one more slip stitch. I will change hook now, and I will begin actually with the pattern, and in each chain 2 I will work as like a stitch. I will consider this chain 2. So begin with 3, 4, 5, yarn over, go back into the last actually chain 2 space worked, and work your puff stitch. Okay, and now skip the first, insert hook into the next chain 2 space, work the double crochet, chain 2, and into the chain 2 space where you work the chain 5, actually where you began, work the puff stitch. And now we are actually ready to continue on. So into the chain 2 space, next chain 2 space through the left, that is unworked, work your double crochet, chain 2. Now go back to the right where you worked the double crochet, and into the same chain 2 space work the puff stitch. And this is how you have to work all around. Again, to the left where it's the next chain 2 space unworked, work the double crochet, chain 2. Now come back to the right where you worked the double crochet, previous double crochet, and work your puff stitch. And that's it. It's not very difficult, maybe a little bit strange, but we can do it. It's so beautiful. So double crochet to the left into the chain 2 space, and oops, double crochet, chain 2, of course. Come back and work your puff stitch. 1, 2, 3. Oops, sorry, I made a mistake. Yes, it's here that I had to work it. Sorry. Oh, it's here. Okay, so continue on all around. Now I have to work my last, and you know the last we will work the double crochet where we work the first puff stitch, chain 2, and into the second to last chain 2 space where you worked our previous double crochet, work your last puff stitch. Okay, now this is how you will finish each row. Insert hook each round, insert hook into the third chain of the beginning chain 5, slip stitch to join, and now we will turn, and on the right side where we have the chain 2 here, insert hook and slip stitch, and now we are actually ready to begin another round. Now I worked 7 rounds for a width, 13 centimeters width. You don't need to be really wide because you put it around the neck 2 or 3 times. And we will begin another round, 3, 4, 5, exactly as the first, into the chain 2 space, to the right, work your first puff, 3, and continue on. Like this. Go on and work how many rounds you want. So now to finish, actually, let's suppose that we actually finish all the rounds with the puff stitch that we need for the width, and now we want to work the border. For the border, chain 1 and turn, insert hook into the first chain 2 space to the left, and slip stitch into it. Now chain 2, insert hook into the next chain 2 space to the left, and slip stitch into it, and so on. Chain 2 and slip stitch, chain 2 and slip stitch into the next, chain 2 and slip stitch into the next until the end, and to finish you will slip stitch into the very first chain 2 space, which is this one, so where you began actually. So that's it. Hope you enjoy. It's really easy to make it. The important thing is to know how to work the stitch. And with the hat, it's really nice. And thank you for watching and for following this video. I hope you enjoy it. Don't forget to subscribe for more other tutorials on crochet and knitting. And see you at the next tutorial. Bye bye.